Uh, this is me just playing around with the camera here. I haven't had much training in videography, but I wanted to share the beauty of this amazing place where I moved to, this Oregon. Look up there. Can you see the eagles? I'm just kind of using the phone. I can't really see what the camera is producing, but this is a common summer view here. And what I like, this is just an ordinary street scene. If you will look, I am on a paved sidewalk here, and that is a bus stop down there. One thing I have discovered about Oregon is that you can take city buses to some amazing places. For practical reasons, I've stayed in urban areas since I got here 8 years ago, and yet I still have these wonderful experiences. This is a what they call an urban stream here, and behind it is a development, mostly student housing for Oregon State, I believe. What I wanted to capture here, the reason why I got off at this particular stop, although actually you can see it better in the winter when the trees are bare, but those hills in the background, that's the coastal range, and that round mountain there that is topped by some marine stratus clouds at the moment, is Mary's Peak. It's the highest peak in the coastal range, which is not a big high mountain range. What you normally think of as Oregon mountains are the Cascades, and in particular the high Cascades, the big volcanoes. And those are behind me. Those are to the east. I'm facing west, southwest actually, southwest from the spot. But I just wanted to kind of get a film of this. Well, because it's beautiful for one reason. And the eagles were just kind of an extra treat. This is mostly rural here, but there are developments, and there's enough traffic here because of the students, I think, for them to run buses out here. One thing that put me in mind of filming the coastal range is that I just was reminded this week, while I've been reading up on all the geology and stuff for the book on cat evolution and going back to the Precambrian, the continents haven't always looked the way they look to us now. And that coastal range, from everything I've read, that used to be an island arc. And where I'm standing here right now, I believe, well actually this might be part of the coastal range, but all of the land behind me, even where the Cascades are, that was another island arc. At the time, this was fairly long ago. This was hundreds of millions of years ago. And plate tectonics just gradually brought the islands to the north and to the west, and they combined and jammed together, and they're all solid land now. We just take it for granted as, oh, mountains. But it was really, there's a lot of dramatic story and history to this land. Mary's Peak is a basalt plug. There used to be some intense volcanism going on during all this subduction process and continental collisions, arc terrain collisions. And that happened to be one basalt plug that was larger than many of the others and stayed and weathered down and has become exposed right now. It's pretty beautiful right now, but even in clear weather it's gorgeous too. Back in Eocene times, North America's western coast was where the Cascades are now, pretty much. And that was a time when cat-like predators called nimmervids roamed the land. Their fossils are found up in the John Day country, which is far from here. It's up in northeast Oregon, on the other side of the Cascades and the rain shadow, so that's very dry land. As you can see here, rain isn't a problem. We are getting into the dry Mediterranean summer. But, oh, there's another eagle. But it hasn't been too bad. We had a wet spring. Oh my goodness. These people are lucky. They have quite a view out here. So I just wanted to record all that, just share it with you very patient blog readers. I'll make this a writing update too, just to let you know what's going on here. I'm maintaining Friday feline and Sunday morning volcano posts because I really appreciate, people following my blog and paying attention. There's some terrific videos out there that people make. That's just a crow. That wasn't an eagle. I noticed it stayed out of the way until the eagles went away. I haven't seen them in a while. They went further west. Dragonfly there. So anyway, as I've mentioned in some of the posts there, I was working on the Precambrian, struggling through it. That has my patience in working through that, which I felt was important, even though, no cats evolved in the Precambrian. That period still covered like 80% of Earth's history, and that's when animals evolved, and it's worth looking into. But as I said in numerous posts over the last year, actually, I think I've been doing this since last August, the Precambrian is pretty tough. It's really focused my attention and got me used to reading scientific papers and summing up complex things into plain English as best I can. And what I didn't realize until I happened to look at the decade volcano posts again, I think it was when the Papua New Guinea decade volcano Uluru erupted. And I did a repost about that. I realized that some of those chapters in the book, some are okay, but boy, I just skimmed the surface. And now I'm able to get into more depth and really do a better job on it. So I kind of put the Precambrian on pause, and no pun intended, and am revising that book now. And that's pretty much what I'm doing in the background. While I still maintain the Friday and Sunday feature posts. Today I just happened to be out and about. It's a day off and, day of mental relaxation. I thought, well, let's go take a look at the coastal range. You can't really see the broad space. We're actually in part of the coastal range here now. It's just lower. The eastern edge of it there. It goes on for almost 70 miles. And then beyond that, a narrow coastline in the Pacific Ocean, which I haven't been to yet. I'm not in a hurry to. I'm not really a sea-oriented person. And I've seen it as far as actual experience. I did see it when I was in San Francisco back at the end of the 80s. And there's just too much to do right now to get out there. But I do look forward to spending the rest of my life exploring Oregon. And just watching the interplay of sky and water and land and life. It's a nice place. And this is something you can get to on the city bus.